What's going on, guys? Playbox here. We're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. In this one, I want to discuss about a piece of information that we've gotten in the news probably a couple days ago at this point from Dragon Ball Legends. So as we can see here on Legends Space, this is also in the news section in the game. So if you guys are interested to look at it, you can also take a look at it. But we're going to be looking at it on Legends Space. So basically, the planned updates incoming for I believe it's in mid-August, no, for August 2020. So it's really a vague date, but it's planned for August 2020, so in a couple of weeks here. They're gonna be planning some various improvements will be made, including an update to the development middleware in order to provide a smoother gameplay experience. This is it's kind of funny because they always do these smoother gameplay experience improvements. They've done actually quite a few times, and although I do think it's a good idea to keep continuously improving the gameplay, I really do wish they would focus more on other aspects of the game, because right now, even if you're playing on like the highest settings right now, the gameplay is extremely smooth, and especially if you don't experience lag. So I don't know how they're gonna increase it even more. I'm interested to see, but we'll just have to wait and see. So please take note of the following changes accompanying this update. Blah blah. Suspension of service for iOS versions below iOS 11. So I'm guessing to make this upgrade to the to higher quality gameplay using this new middleware, they're gonna have to only support later versions of iOS, because I'm guessing what they're working on is not compatible with lower versions of iOS. So please update to the latest version. Check Apple support for more information on how to update your OS. So this will be unfortunate for players that aren't able to get an iPhone capable of running iOS 11 or higher. I don't know what the oldest iPhone is that can run this. On the iPhone, my old phone, iPhone 10, it was able to run, I believe, iOS 14, maybe 15, I think 14. So I think maybe an iPhone 7 or 8, maybe. I think probably a 7 is the lowest you can go with iOS 11. So it will be unfortunate for those of you who aren't able to get, that upgrade to, be able to play this game. But I do think this is for the betterment of the game, because, if they're limiting themselves to this, use some older middleware or technology or whatever they're using, this way they're at least able to, provide as much of a better gameplay experience for as many people as possible. Well, not as many people as possible, but like, just being able to increase the experience, the gameplay experience is always a plus, right? So there is some pros and cons to this, but I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons. So let's keep going here. This app may become unplayable on device that don't mean blah blah. Yes, we apologize for inconvenience. Please consider playing on a device that means a yes. So re-downloading the data, this version of bill require yes. Where's the part that I want to cover the most? We apologize for having you go through the trouble of redownloading the game now. Yeah, this update is necessary for introducing new systems in Dragon Ball Legends in the future. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding, Dragon Ball Legends management team. So basically, they're doing all these big upgrades to the game, so they can implement some systems into the game that would not be compatible with the current system of software that they're using, something like that, right? So this upgrade to anything above iOS 11 is for them to be able to implement what they have in mind to the game, something that they weren't able to implement beforehand, right? So that's definitely a good thing. I'm interested to see what they have in store, but honestly, I do think this could mean that we're getting some new system to the game that will actually impact the way the game is played. So basically a new battle system update. I think the last time we got a battle system update, I don't really want to go that far, but I think the last time we got a battle system update was probably, when was it? Probably like before the anniversary, maybe around June. No, not June. Sorry, like January, February, something like that. Could be wrong on this. But I think that's the last time we got a battle system update, and they honestly didn't really change that much. I think they changed the combo compensation and something to do with Dragon Balls, maybe. Could be wrong on that. But I do think they're gonna try to incorporate some new type of mechanic into the game. And the reason why I do think this is because there has been some rumors floating around the internet talking about a new mechanic coming soon into Dragon Ball Legends, and as soon as August 22nd is when I'm thinking this is probably gonna drop. Take this, of course, with a grain of salt, but the rumors are coming from someone that has made, has leaked these big stuff in the past. He's the same person that has leaked the Ultra Super Vegito and I believe the MUI Goku and Dragon Force Goku as well. So I mean, if he was able to, or they were able to do that, I'm pretty sure this is fairly reliable. I don't know who it is. I don't know who the person is that leaked it, but just rumors floating around. So definitely take this with a grain of salt. But the second I heard that it was the same person that leaked Ultra Super Vegito, like in my mind, I already thought it was confirmed. Like there has to be something coming. And what they did leak is some sort of mechanic to counteract passive play. Now, passive play has definitely been a topic, a controversial, well, not really controversial topic. It's something that the majority of the player base is not really in support of. And this obviously has been amplified with the recent releases of units such as MUI Goku and Ultra Super Vegito, who promotes a more passive playstyle. MUI Goku with his unique gauge, and then Ultra Super Vegito with his unique gauge as well. These units, they kind of, I guess, they punish you for initiating an attack, and Vegito punishes you for going for Tap Blast or Blast Attack. So this is something definitely that's gonna make it so that hopefully you don't just sit around in the back waiting for your opponent to go for an attack. Hopefully this promotes a more aggressive playstyle and actually rewards the player for being aggressive, because right now the game is very rewarding to players who are passive, who wait for your opponent to do something and then react to that, which is kind of counterproductive with some of their earlier battles system updates. I remember I just recently saw a tweet of someone, well, not recently, but I saw a tweet of someone saying, not saying, but they quote tweeted or retweeted some update that they saw the Legends team release was for the battle system, and they basically said it was the battle system where they buffed tackles. And in that tweet, they said that they are buffing tackles to counteract passive play or reactionary play. And here we are, like, I don't know how many years later, and passive play is stronger than ever, right? With these units dropping, and these units are not like pushover units; they're like top 5 units in the game, promoting passive playstyle. So it is kind of counterproductive. And then, so this is definitely going to be an interesting thing. We still don't know what it's going to be. Like, is it going to be like if you don't move for a certain amount of counts, you start taking damage or something, or you lose ki, you lose vanishing gauge? Maybe it might be similar to if you back up too far, if you backfloat all the way to long range and you continue backfloating. For those of you who don't know, you start losing ki and you start losing your vanish gauge, right? So maybe it might be something like that. So what if you start drifting around for too long without initiating a Tap Blast or an arts card? You might start losing ki, you might start losing vanish. Imagine, that would actually be really impactful, because let's say you're just waiting there with MUI Goku, and let's say after 3 timer counts you don't do anything, you start losing vanish gauge. Like, that's very impactful, right? Because they could just wait for you to do wait for 3 timer counts and then immediately go for a blast card and you're not able to vanish, right? So I don't think it will be to the same degree as that. Who knows, it might be, but I don't think it'll be to that extent. But I'm still interested to see what they're gonna implement, right? I really can't think of anything that they can do that. I'm not that creative. I don't know. I don't really think I can't really think of anything that they can actually do. Like, can they do something with tap attacks or tap blast? Maybe even like blast cards, or they might even introduce a new mechanic like tackle, but something else, right? There was the block mechanic that was introduced like during the first week of the game. I think it was actually usable during the beta version of the game, but they just never really incorporated that feature. The closest thing we've ever gotten to it was actually the Spirit Bomb absorb Goku's green card. So it actually, I think it acted somewhat similar to that. I don't think you would get your vanishing gauge back, but it acted something similar to that. So who knows, we might be getting some new sort of mechanic like that. And honestly, that would be really cool, because it would actually introduce some freshness to the game, right? Since we've been, running the same battle system for quite a while. I know you see Goresh talk about this a lot, talking about how the battle system hasn't changed that much in a long time, and I do think it's a fair case to make. If you want to keep the game fresh, you want to kind of introduce new mechanics to the game to make it so that when you're playing the game, you're having a fresh experience, right? So they have to be careful with this, because currently right now there isn't, other than the passive play, there isn't really anything like inherently bad with the balance system, but they have to make it so it doesn't like go against what they've already introduced in the past, right? So they've introduced tackle to like counteract players like Namek Goku and stuff like that. So it has to be something that works together with that and doesn't introduce more problems. It's a pretty hard thing to do because they're not the best at balancing games. You see, balancing the to balance PvP, right? They're not the best at that. You've seen it with the characters they drop. So it is kind of scary to know to see what they're gonna do. But regardless, I am definitely interested and curious to see what they're gonna do, right? So yeah, I do think that is going to be the update that we're getting for August 22nd. And like I said, it is just a rumor. We might not even get anything until like Legends Festival if they want to drop a big thing like that. But usually when they drop like big updates, it's like not during celebrations. They usually drop it in between celebrations, like around not around this time, but like around August, September-ish. And then like February, March-ish is when they drop like these bigger updates that actually impact the game. So we'll just have to wait and see how they do and what they do. So I'm definitely interested. Definitely leave a comment letting me know what kind of solution do you propose for them to fix passive play. What do you think they can do to promote a more aggressive playstyle and not promote a passive playstyle? Let me know what you guys would change. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.